We'll do it live. Fuck it. Good Monday night, ladies and gentlemen. Monday, June 8th, 2020. It is I, it is he, it is me, it is Etepakuian P-double-D, and the motherfucking place to be. How you doing? Demonetized already. Bam! Etepakuian P-double.
Sorry.
That's all right. Oh, damn. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Flare X. I'm gonna start right out with you right here, Leighton Peck. God damn it, Flare X. Yeah, maybe. That's why I was late. Man. I'd get the donut to sit on. And Keely Chow. Hey everybody. Hail Keely Chow. Hail Flare X. How you guys doing? I have a great show planned along with my panel this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, to my right, the man, the myth, the legend, Devour Moist Kumquats, Tony Tone Deaf.
It's your boy, Tony Tone Deaf, the world's wokest warrior, primitive-sided, toxic fanboy aligned with the like-minded. How's everybody doing out there in YouTube land? Esteemed gentlemen on the panel, once again, it's always a pleasure and a blessing to work with all of you.
Thank you, brother. It's good to have you again here on Monday night, going in raw. If you're in the chat, be sure you bitch slap that like button. Next on the docket, ladies and gentlemen, beneath Mr. Tone Deaf is the one, the only, Fliptastic, flipped out.
That's right. I'm flipped out, and welcome all. This is going to be a good night of opinions, comedy, criticizing, praising, entertainment, and galactic filth. Glad to be here with you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming back, man. We appreciate it. Appreciate having you on again. And last, but certainly not least, he is the Don of 2 Cents Toys. Everybody, hail Salvador.
Hello and salutations. And apparently, I don't know how to turn the volume down on my phone. So I like to watch the chat on my phone instead of having to watch it on the computer. Because I was going to call it a face Peter, because my brain's still catching up because I work night shift, and this is my 7 a.m. So I'm here, happy to be here. Thanks for having me, and we have a great show lined out for you tonight.
Absolutely, man. I'm glad to have you in. And you know, Sal recently hit a nice little milestone on his channel, 2 Cents Toys, and you'll find a link to everybody who is on hand right now, and we'll have one guest joining us a little bit late. The Emperor Steve of Franchise History TV will be here a little bit late. He is currently working, but that's all right. So there's a link to everybody's channel in the description of the video. So if you're not, you need to go subscribe to Tony Tone Deaf, Flipped Out, and the Fandom Collective channel, and also 2 Cents Toys and Franchise History TV. Thank you, gentlemen, all for being here. It's going to be a great night. Admiral Tiberius is in the chat. Hail, Admiral Tiberius. He says, sorry, I'm here. Sorry, I'm here. He's late. Had to finish on AOC, then get a burger.
I wish I could finish on AOC.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I would do that. I would do that. And speaking of her, I watched Space Force, which was the subject of Is It Woke, which came out today. I apologize to my subscribers, but apparently I didn't need to apologize because I gained 6 subscribers today out of nowhere.
Outstanding.
So I hit 251 just before I got into the office tonight for the show. So yeah, it was that was a welcome surprise, to be sure. But yeah, there's a AOC lookalike and parody in Space Force, and I got a lot of, not really on the video, but more or less on Facebook and the groups that I posted it in. I got a lot of people saying that it was completely woke, and I was like, were we watching the same show? Like, and Sal knows I always talk about that dog whistle.
Yep.
I always talk about that dog whistle.
I was going to ask if those dogs were barking.
Oh, they were. Woke,
Yeah.
woke.
It's and you and I had this discussion. It walks a fine line. Like for everything woke, there's something else to counterbalance it.
Yeah.
Like they do a good job of a balanced approach. They make a lot of Orange Man bad jokes, so that that punchline gets a little old after a while. Especially with a show full of comedians, it's like you got to think of something else. But if you can get past that, then it's a pretty decent show.
Yeah.
Unless you served in the military, then you're like, that's not right. That's not right. That doesn't happen.
I was going to say, you're probably like, there's people out there that are like, oh my God, no. Nope. Now, picking the uniforms and
Mhm.
stuff like that. I'm sure there's always stuff with uniforms that is wrong. But I have to say, in this one, not necessarily the uniforms, but the people occupying like the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Mm.
Holy shit. Jane Lynch, David, I almost called him David Putty, Patrick Warburton.
Mhm.
Okay. You've got Steve Carell. What was the guy that played Kick? I can't.
I can't remember his
We
name.
were talking about him the other day. He was the
Mhm.
scientist from the CDC on Lost. Did I say
Walking
Jane?
Dead.
Walking Dead. Yeah, I see. I get them mixed up.
Mhm.
I'm not even drunk or stoned. Really, I promise. I'm fucking sober. And Larry Joe Campbell
Mhm.
was the Coast Guard. Shut the fuck up. You're from the Coast Guard. Nobody fucking cares what you think. I'm like, oh my God. They just brutalized him. And Jane Lynch, when that was like the best line. She doesn't have many lines, but when she
Mhm.
says Steve Carell, she's like, if you acknowledge my pronouns one more time, I will fuck you in the ass. I'm like, oh. Like that shit was funny because they had a really good dynamic between them in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Mhm.
So it was kind of nice. This was really like a who's who of these actors that you're like, some of them you're like, wait, I've seen you before. Like the guy that plays his like assistant, his receptionist is a 1-star general.
Which would never, well, 1-star general, yeah, would never happen. But it's still funny. His assistant's funny. He
Yeah.
reminded me a lot of Kibblesmith, just by the way he looked.
Yes, dude. Hey, hail Leo Red. He's in the chat. Thank you for joining us, sir. I hope you are safe. Leo Red's been sharing some stuff with me, and it's like it's a scary ass world out there, man. It's a scary ass world and a scary ass time right now. And I just want everybody to make sure y'all are safe. And like I said, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and I appreciate it. So yeah, that show it's really good. His daughter is the only character that really gets on my nerves. She's
Mhm.
she's kind of like she's very left to center, which I don't really care as long as the comedy is funny. But
Mhm.
she just gets like, it's not the stuff that she says, it's just her. She's annoying. Like
Mhm.
the things that she does. It's like, so you're just gonna jump in a random truck with these 3 guys that look like meth. Oh, okay, I mean, like
Yeah.
really, I don't want to spoil it for anybody out there who hasn't watched it yet. But I mean, that's not really a big spoiler point, kind of, but
Mhm.
not. It's just yeah, I was just like, oh, she just kind of gets to be a pain in the ass. I like Captain Ali. I really like her.
Mhm.
And Johnny, I can't think of his name, the Asian kid that plays Dr. Chan.
Yeah.
They have a very good dynamic.
Where's your family from? Maryland.
There was so many like little just like barbs and jabs in there, and they went all over the board, so it made it good. Let's see. Pete, did you tell Sal about the 2-headed woman? No, I did not. I still have those memes saved. I got a meme I gotta send you guys later from Admiral
boy.
Tiberius. Yeah, it's spicy. It's spicy. Tony has, speaking of spicy though, Tony has a little nugget he wants to share with us before we kick off the evening's proceedings. So Tony, go ahead. And this is, speaking of memes, it's regarding a meme.
I mean, it's not, it is what it is at this point, but there's been a lot of talk through the years I mean, it's a relatively new platform. It isn't that old, but there's a lot of bad talk about Reddit. And I, for one, have always enjoyed it. There's great memes on there, great content. Things you'll find on Reddit first before you see them anywhere else online, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So I mainly used Reddit for browsing. Every now and then I'd have a good idea for a meme or something. I'd throw it up there. Why not? I feel like Reddit has the chance of gaining the most exposure, because they really do have a lot of users, but also a lot of users have been leaving lately. The subreddit Watch Reddit Die has been growing. I mean, unfortunately, they have moderators, and it goes all the way up to the CEO who's had his own controversy as far as editing users' comments. But it's basically there's agendas going on over there. Okay, so I make a meme the other night, and lo and behold, it's just a quick meme. I didn't even think it was that funny, but I share it with Pete. He likes it. I upload it on Reddit. And I mean, this thing takes off. I've maybe gotten 50 to 200 upvotes before, on my best memes. And I mean, this thing just catches fire. My phone notifies me, you've got 50 upvotes, like 10 minutes after I uploaded it. I'm like, oh, and then an hour later, I'm just shooting up to 800 upvotes. And then I pass 1,000, then I pass 2,000. And I'm communicating with Pete this whole time. Like, look at this meme. It's catching fire. Screenshots, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. I go to bed. I wake up. It's at like 6.9 thousand upvotes. I mean, this meme is going viral, and it's exciting. This is probably the first thing I've ever done that's actually gone viral. And it really wasn't that controversial of a meme. It's kind of a value and a lesson we've all been taught. It basically goes along with the golden rule if you break it down to its core. And apparently the moderators didn't agree with the meme. So as I was rounding off to 9,000 upvotes, and this is 12 hours it's been on the internet, and it's, up to 9,000. If 9,000 people are taking the time to upvote it, how many people has it actually been exposed to? I catch myself taking content all the time with forgetting to upvote. So a moderator didn't agree with it, and they didn't just delete the meme. They deleted every meme that I've ever, and see, with Reddit, you can't just go onto any subreddit. You have to build karma. So there are very few subreddits that a low karma user can actually upload to. And I mean, my karma blew up after this, which was a good thing, but they deleted every single one of my memes from this subreddit that I've been posting to for years, and then banned me from the subreddit. And it's like 90% of content that I've uploaded there is just gone. So
what the fuck? What?
Yeah.
What did the meme look
Yeah,
like?
that's fucked. Go ahead, Tony. It's fine.
Okay, so it's just a picture of a man. I have it on my phone, but it's a picture of a guy standing with a printer, with an animate printer, and he asks the printer if it can print trash. Printer says sure, and then it prints out a piece of paper, and on the paper it says, "People who equate politics to skin color." That was the trash it was printing. I didn't even expect it to, but it did. It blew up, and apparently they think otherwise. So they didn't delete my account, but I went ahead and deleted my account because, I've stuck up for them for a couple years. Most people don't even bother with Reddit, but, I tried to, I don't know. But either way, I went ahead and deleted my account. I've had my account for years too. And, good riddance, I guess, if that's just the kind of business they want to run.
That is the most direct censorship, and probably one of the strongest I've heard of people around me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Imagine posting on Facebook the statement, "I like the color red." And then later you log into your account and you see on your timeline your post and it says, "I like the color blue." The CEO of Reddit already got in some sort of controversy because on his free time he was going into Reddit and changing people's comments on social issues and political issues, and changing what they were saying to align with what he believes. So it is what it, and I didn't even find that out until a couple weeks ago, maybe a week ago. I was listening to Tim Pool. So it is what it is.
Well, I'm tempted to start an account there just so I can hashtag leave Reddit or watch Reddit die or whatever.
Yeah.
That is, like Flip said, that is censorship at its most profane and just disgusting. It's one thing to warn a user for, content, but it's another thing to straight up just say, we're going to nuke everything you've done over the course of the years here because fuck your views, basically.
Wow.
That's straight up just basic like communism. I mean, it's just disgusting, but
Yeah.
fucking, you know, I mean, it's like, oh God, and I don't want to get off on a political tangent, but it's we all know what it is. We all know what it is. We all know which way the social media platforms, as well as the one we're currently using, lean. And it's no problem to lean that way, but you have to be open to others, the other side as well. And that's one thing I always try to pride myself on, is being open and to the other side, because not everybody that we work with here has the same leanings and views, you know. So it's like, I want to be able to work across, you know, to truly like work across the aisle with everybody, just, you know, to enjoy this, you know. And it's things like that are just like, are you kidding me? Like, over a meme, like they saw it taken off. They know people agree with the message and they couldn't take it.
Yeah. And we were just talking before they deleted it about it's such an agenda-driven platform that for a message like that to even get through and start going viral was kind of it was surprising to me. And
is there any way you can share it? Like, do you still have a picture of it, or
yeah,
you screenshot all the analytics on it, like how many upvotes it had and everything?
Yeah,
you need to share that on Facebook and Twitter.
I will. I didn't get the final count, but
okay.
Yeah, I'll put that up.
Yeah, the only caveat I have, or I guess the flip side of that coin, and this is only speaking as a moderator, that if you have an established, like, we don't talk, like the meme, we don't do that here.
Yeah.
Like, we don't discuss these things, we don't post things like that. I'll delete that. Like, if I'm told by, you know, the head honcho himself, like, hey, I don't want this kind of crap in the group, then I just go through and I delete it. Whereas I almost said Tumblr. Reddit doesn't have that. Like, you're allowed to post what you want to post. So I think that's why it's really fucked up in this current situation. Because I had to, you're talking about giving people warnings, but there was someone I had to just straight up ban the other day because of something they posted, which really sucked. Because up until that point, they hadn't posted anything that was like bad. It was just that one was like really bad. So I was like, all right, bye. But
yeah, I got, and this is the whole talking about the NPC memes. Remember those when that shit all came out? I posted one of those on Twitter, and it didn't, I can't remember, like, I'd have to look back and see how many. It went over 100,000 impressions. Okay. And then all of a sudden it hit a peak at like 102,000 impressions. It was like, it wasn't nearly as many upvotes or, like, you know, reacts or likes or whatever as yours, Tony, but it had so many impressions, and all of a sudden it started dropping down. Like the impressions started dropping down. So I don't know if it was like bot accounts or they were striking down. I have no idea, but yeah, it hit a peak, and then it dropped down by like at least 10 to 12,000, like, just impressions. It was like, wait a minute. But yeah,
it's like a thumbs up on your videos on YouTube. Yeah,
I just screenshotted. We're currently at 8 watching in the chat, and there's 18 likes that I looked at on my phone. I screenshotted it last week. For the last couple of weeks, this has been happening. Our likes will be 18 to 20, and when YouTube finally releases the video live, there will be 7 or 8. So, guys, I appreciate you. If you're here, make sure you're hitting that like button, and you kind of have to make sure your like sticks now, which sounds really weird. Yeah. But, and I mean, this is really, I don't want to complain about my channel. I don't, because I've been having great growth, but my view counts are very low, all things considered, to what I was having. Like a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months, I barely had a video that would, you know, they would be anywhere from like 50 to 150 to 200. And he's looking at it right now. There it is. See, it's at 14 on his.
Yeah.
And mine says 18 right now still, which is, I don't know how this works, but so my views have dropped off, and it's like, but today, you know, my Is It Woke video did really well. And I'm like, man, I know my content's been a little bit off since my wife started to stay home, and I'm recording in a different room. I'm not on camera as much. I'm like, I know you guys aren't watching the videos from my face. I know that shit. All right, let's be honest. Now, if I was a woman, I'd have about I mean, if I was a woman, I still look like this. I mean, there's still some simps out there would probably sub, and I would still have 100,000 subscribers. I could be an ugly bitch and have 100,000. I mean, let's be honest here. It happens that way. But anyway, thank you all. The manliness and motivation. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Really, I do. That's what I'm trying to say. Speaking of appreciating womans, I used to appreciate this woman. Well, she went by a different name, Kate Kane, my bae, Ruby Rose. We're going to talk a little bit about Batwoman before we get into one of our little games here for the evening. As I've kind of tried to spice things up a little bit. So let's take a look at this article from Deadline right here. This Batwoman showrunner on introducing new character instead of recasting Ruby Rose's exit. Now, this is by Nelly, not E-I-E-I. Nelly. This is Nelly Andriva. She's the co-editor in chief. There's the cowled crusader herself, Ruby Rose, who left the bat suit smelling like fish. The CW's Batwoman will have a new lead next season, and they're talking about a character, and I believe this is probably just a writing name, like a placeholder of Ryan Wilder, which is kind of funny. Which I was kind of looking. I'm like, okay, so they're going to name this next Batwoman or Bat person. I don't want to assume their pronouns. Ryan Wilder. Are they going to go full? Are they going to go full woke and make it like trans? But apparently she's going to be a full lesbian because it came out that Ruby Rose was only bisexual. So that's what pissed everybody off, because the first article I did a video on where it talked about Ruby Rose leaving, they talked about her quitting Twitter because she got attacked, and they basically alluded and kind of led you to believe that it was because it was quote unquote toxic fans attacking her, when in reality it was the alphabet community attacking her because they said she wasn't gay enough to play the role. So yeah, here you can see it right here. It says Hollywood production shut down due to the Cabrona. The Batwoman leave a couple finished scripts with Kate Kane produced. Instead, season 2 will feature a new lead character listed in the casting notice as Ryan Wilder, who is younger than Kate Kane and will chronicle how she becomes Batwoman. Okay, so and they make a point in the description to, let's see, where's that piece at? They describe her, and it's like an SJW basic character right here. Okay, so during the duo's pre-recorded virtual conversation, Dries also spoke out tough times and moments of joy involved being a showrunner, including the difficult notes and calls of gratifying testimonials from the alphabet people, speaking about how Batwoman made a difference in their lives. If Batwoman is making a difference in your life, I mean, I don't want to split hairs here, but I mean, you've got to have a pretty rough life if Batwoman's making a difference. But hey, stranger things have happened. No, so it wasn't in this article, it was in another one. So they describe Ryan Wilder as an out lesbian. She's tough, athletic, raw, and she's like the worst kind of person to fight because she's like not afraid to take chances and blah blah blah. And it's like, oh god, so she's going to be an OP Mary Sue and probably weigh like 100 pounds. Great. So I mean, is this, should they recast, or should they just go this route and just say, you know what, we'll just make a new character? I mean, what do you guys think?
They should have done the opposite of the famous quote, and they should have gone quietly into the night.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just it was what I think the ratings dropped by like 2/3 or something like that. Like, people just weren't watching it by the end.
Yes.
So clearly there's no demand for it. They're one of those that they want to cut their nose off to spite their face. They refuse to, because they would view it as a quote victory for the online trolls. And it's like, how about a victory for television?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there have been shows after one season that got shit canned and they were fantastic. Like, look at Firefly. It got one season and people still loved it, and there were conventions, there were meetups and stuff for Firefly long after. You know what I mean? To the point where they made the movie Serenity. Like, they could have just been like, you know what? This isn't a good show. Let's close it. Let's move on.
Well, the same thing could be said for the movie Galaxy Quest.
Mm-hmm.
One time, and now there's a huge fandom for that, a cultural phenomenon. but we're sticking to shows. So let's stick with just a TV show for now and say, well, they're not making money on this. In fact, they're just spending money. Their star actress leaves in what they call was a mutual decision. But I don't know if this is just conspiratorial or whatever, but I feel like it's not about the show making money in any way whatsoever. Whoever's funding this, like exactly who the person's shelling out of pocket to make the show, I don't think that they care about making money because the show is tanked. It should be scratched anyway. I think it's a message that they're just trying to send.
It is. It's akin to virtue signaling in its highest form. You know, they're just like, whatever. We're just gonna keep going because it's pissing off the man babies and the trolls and the alt-right and the MAGA bros and whatever. I mean, it's just like, it's not pissing me off. I mean, you're losing money. I'm not losing anything other than some time it takes me to watch the show, and write a review and produce a video, which I enjoy doing because for some reason I'm prone to enjoying dumpster fires.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's like it's like that car accident on the side of the road, and I've been the one in the wreck and I've been the one driving by the wreck, and you can't look away if you're driving by. You just can't. And that's what Batwoman is. It was a disgusting train wreck, but you just couldn't look away. I think what they should have done. Well, we'll get into hypotheticals next, because what we're going to do next is we are going to do a little bit of parody casting.
Yes.
So I made the decision. I'm like, you know what we could do? Why let these people from Hollywood have all the fun? I mean, why?
Mm-hmm.
They don't deserve to have all the fun. Obviously, they've proven that they can't do their jobs. So what we need to do is we need to cast ourselves a Batwoman. Now, it can be whoever you want it to be for whatever reason you want it to be. So I want you guys to go, and we'll start. If whoever wants to start can go ahead and start, and I'll put you on solo, and you can go ahead and tell us who your choice is. Who wants to go first with this one?
I got one.
All right, Sal.
My nomination for the new Batwoman is Ellen Page. She's lesbian. She's short and scrawny and doesn't look intimidating at all. If you've seen, what was that movie, Bolt or Thunderbolt, like Crimson Bolt, I think it was, the one with Rainn Wilson. She played like a little vigilante in that, so she has some kind of vigilante superhero acting. And she's not the worst actress on the planet, even though she is kind of insufferable. But fuck it.
That's actually not bad. That's actually not bad. And she was in she actually was in a season of Trailer Park Boys.
Mm-hmm.
If for those of you keeping score at home that watch the Trailer Park Boys, yeah, that's a good one. Wait, before we move on here, I think one of the people in the chat here, Admiral Tiberius, has a good one. Idris Elba for Batwoman. Idris Elba, since you want to act like a bitch in the media, go ahead. You can be Batwoman. How about that? We'll put a red wig on your ass. There. Oh, hello. Who's next?
I've got two of them.
Oh, shit. All right.
I did my homework.
Homework.
Yes. I went on Google and I looked up lesbian actresses and took my time fingering through them, if I may say so. And I looked everywhere for the right actress. I just didn't think any of them were strong enough. I didn't think any of them were, feminine enough. And then I realized I'm not looking for a feminine actress. So I chose Adam Lambert. That guy, it looks like Ruby Rose.
He captures a femininity that she can't, though.
He does. That's the worst thing about it is he is almost more feminine than she is.
It's bad. Now, just because I didn't know how you guys would handle that, I chose another one. He does look, you got to admit, though, if you shave him, he looks like Ruby Rose a little bit. But my second choice was Ellen DeGeneres, because She could just bitch at all the criminals the whole time, and then help them steal and loot, and defund police and such.
And she'd be doing her little dance out there in her keds, dancing in her keds.
Yeah, terrible kid dance.
My red kids.
But I had fun with this. Thank you.
You're welcome. Tony, what do you got for us, man?
Like, I just want to say that Adam Lambert is perfect because I've been saying Andrew Garfield.
From Spider-Man to Batwoman.
Yeah.
I've always wondered how his big hair fits under that. He's got such big hair.
He does. I'm a little jealous. I'm not going to lie.
So I'm thinking we take the another approach. We've seen how Batwoman begins. Now let's see how it ends and do Batwoman Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And she can be played by Melissa Etheridge.
Oh my God. Come to my window. I'll be home soon.
I'm coming home.
That's worth the copyright claim. Oh, Melissa Etheridge.
Melissa.
Well, I see that apparently here I'm the only one that values. Hang on a second. I can't even say this with my own icon up here. I need some help for that. I can see that I'm the only one here who values diversity. You man baby incel racist neckbeards. Now look, if you want to get really, really diverse with this, let's make Batwoman. What's the girl's name from Ghostbusters? The one
Melissa McCarthy.
Paul Feig.
No, he's my prom date. What's her Leslie
Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen. No.
We know you mean.
Leslie Nielsen. What a disgrace.
No, let's make it Kate McKinnon. Let's make it Kate McKinnon. She's already got the haircut Ruby Rose had. Or if we could do it and
Jones.
I can't think of her name. I'm seriously blanking on her name. Yes, Leslie Jones. Let's make Leslie Jones Batwoman. She's bigger than most of the fucking criminals. She's built like Craig Robinson from The Office. Let's just make it Leslie Jones. There.
Ryan.
What?
I need to know, what today do you find it effing disgrace?
Today, I find a disgrace that there are that you people are so resistant to Leslie Headland. She is the next subversive genius voice of Star Wars. And look at you, incels. Can't even appreciate her. God, she made a show that was exactly like Groundhog's Day, and none of you incels liked it. None of you.
You can hear a little rage in your voice there, Ryan.
I'm not mad. I have sex all the time. My wife doesn't bang other guys in front of me while I buy him Nikes.
He's got rage down in his plums.
Maybe she's seeing the Broom Boy.
You leave the Broom Boy. You leave the Broom Boy out of this.
That's delicious.
He belongs to Kevin Spacey. All right. So I don't know. I think I'm torn between. This is a tough one. I spaced out on Leslie Jones's name. I want to be like, I just couldn't think of her name.
You're not alone. It was you in the chat.
Does anyone want to?
What's that, Tony?
Does anyone want to place a bet that Ryan Johnson did a lot of sweeping as a child?
That's why the Broom Boy was in the end of the movie. It was me. That was me.
It was me the whole time, Austin.
It was me, Austin. There he is. And joining us last but not least, he is Emperor Steve of Franchise History TV. What's going on, brother?
What's up, Steve?
Not much. I was with this girl last night, and she has the Jimmy legs. So, yeah. I didn't get any sleep last night.
You didn't get any sleep? you tell her you need at least 8 hours of shut eye?
I ain't getting.
Was she
Yep.
like? Was she like, Steve? I'm gonna I'm gonna kid.
No, she wasn't.
Oh.
That damn
Yeah.
Jimmy legs. She had the Jimmy legs. So, Steve, while you're here, did you happen to come up with a Batwoman replacement?
Yeah, Oprah Winfrey.
And you get a free car, and you get a free car.
She'll
Yep.
save Gotham one car at a time.
Yep.
Oh, Oprah, that's great. We
Yeah,
have some
like
good ones.
It starts out, and she's like on a treadmill. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this.
Stedman's in the background, you bitch.
No,
Instead of
it's
the
Gail.
bat
It's
That was
Gail.
Gail in the background.
instead of a bat signal in the sky, it's paid for by Weight Watchers. They're just like
Yeah,
blows her weight up in the sky.
I'm down to 240.
Shit. She goes, I was a defensive tackle. Now I'm a linebacker. Ain't this a bitch? Renegotiate my goddamn contract.
That's funny.
Oh, hell. Well, so that was, I like you. I like you that. Now, we haven't talked about Star Wars yet tonight, and IGN had a cute little article they did, and bless their little hearts. I feel like they're like Mr. Meeseeks. Ooh, they're trying. I've been watching some Rick and Morty lately.
Oh yeah.
I won't watch past. I only watch season 1 and 2. It shit the bed for me after that. I get into a lot of arguments about that, but I don't watch. The season 3 premiere was like the Szechuan sauce. It like hyped up, and then you had like 6 months worth of build up, and it was after that for me. It was just like all let down. Speaking of let down, IGN readers have picked the best Star Wars characters of all time. Now, before we get into this article, how do you guys think this is going to go? It's IGN now, and keep in mind they gave The Last Jedi like 9 out of 10. So, if that's any indicator of how this list is going to go, I'd be afraid.
You'd think.
Let's see who they placed above who, Holdo or Akbar.
Yeah.
Let's see who places higher.
All right.
If
So
Paige's sister is not on this list, I'm going to be very upset.
Paige's sister, I like it.
Also known as Rose Deco.
Let's see. So this is top spot. They start with Vader, of course.
Oh yeah.
That's got to be, And look at right here. So this actually isn't too bad for an IGN list. We'll start down. Chewbacca, number 10. Emperor Sheev Palpatine at number 9, even though they resurrected him only to be cucked out by Rey, his granddaughter. Number 8, R2-D2. Number 7, Leia Organa. Number 6, Darth Maul. Number 5, Yoda. Number 4, Han. Number 3, Luke. Number 2, Obi-Wan. Number 1, Darth Vader. What say you guys? I mean, this is there's a few interesting now this is favorite Star Wars characters, but our top 10, I rated by IGN.
I would argue that they just picked the top 10 most recognizable.
That's what it looks like.
Yep.
Because those
I
are
was
like
about
the
to
obvious
say.
choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like because myself, I would take Chewbacca off, and I would have Count Dooku on there.
Yeah. I wouldn't have R2-D2 on there. As much as I love that little astromech, I wouldn't have him on there.
Well,
I'd probably put Qui-Gon Jinn in his place.
Yes. But I mean, IGN, they're aiming this. Like, who do you think they're aiming it at? Like, what's their demographic?
Yeah, their demographic is like, we're sorry, people we made mad on the internet. Please come back.
Yeah, basically. That's their modus operandi at this point.
I'm really surprised that Boba Fett didn't make the list.
Yeah.
So
I know.
mean, because that seems like the obvious choice. You think he'd be number 1 or number 2 just because of the fan following that he has. Because you know how these lists go.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's interesting they don't have any sequel trilogy characters. It's almost as if the sequel trilogy's over, so they're trying to pretend it didn't happen.
IGN, who were like a bunch of shills. All right, not now. They're not as bad as what is it? Christian Harloff. They're not screaming and crying about not getting their turn to go to what is that, Galaxy's Edge. But I mean, this is it's kind of amusing, like you said, Sal. There's no sequel trilogy characters on there. Like we said, I'm shocked that Darth Maul is the only prequel. But I mean, look at Obi-Wan. The Obi-Wan isn't the Sir Alec Guinness Obi-Wan. It's Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan. So,
Right.
But Obi-Wan was a 2 trilogy character. So
I find it the most interesting that let's see, 1, 2. There's 2 photos of characters from Episode 5, and then Luke, Han, Leia. I would assume R2. I can't see the background, and Chewbacca are all images from Episode 4.
mhm.
And then Palpatine's the only one from Return of the Jedi. And then we have Episode 3 and Episode 1. So no Episode 2 characters.
Did they even take a poll?
Yeah.
Probably not. They were like, "Hey guys," like poke their head above their cubicle. "Who do you like?"
Yeah.
So,
They actually went round by round for these.
oh.
Well, you can see because it says on the highlight, it says duels 1. Here we go. I'll blow it up.
Okay, now I can read it.
Okay,
I
there
have
we go.
old man eyes.
That's all right. So I mean, this is, I mean, they people voted on these, and I think to me that means it's a more legitimate poll than it would have been had it been the IGN staff.
Mm-hmm.
Because IGN staff, we would have had fucking Ray, we'd have had Kylo.
It
we'd
might,
have
because that's 10 out of 25, which means there's 15 more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that's the other thing here. Let's see. Let's click out of this. Go back to regular view here, because what they also provided us with was, where's it at? I think it's at the bottom. Didn't they have it on? I thought they had the bottom half too. Here it is right here. Here's the bottom half. Okay?
There we go.
Now, some of these characters don't even make sense. Like, you've got Jarek Yeager, Kaz, Tam, Niku. These are idiot characters from that shit Resistance show. Oh, Tora Doza.
Oh, they got the fat Jabba dancer. Hell yeah.
Yep. Yarna Gargan, which I didn't know her name. Baron Papanoida. We have Claude Rains, illegitimate son. You got Uchi Bang Bang up here.
I don't know who any of those people are, other than Bird Lady and the fat Jabba dancer.
We know Bird Lady.
Baron Papanoida. That's George Lucas.
I was about to ask.
Yep.
I thought he had a different name, but I was thinking of when they made George into an X-wing fighter, his name backwards. That's what I thought. But I thought his costume was purple for some. I'm probably confusing him with the fucking what do they call it? The Empire Diplomat or whatever it is.
Yep. But yeah, they had to put the Bird Lady on there. Because the bird's the word. So yeah, that's the bottom half. Like, I don't know, what is Cloud? What is this one from? I don't even remember what Cloud is from.
A new movie, The Rise of Palpatine.
I was gonna say probably fucking Ryan Johnson's wife's sock drawer.
That's what Ryan's fap sock looks like. Yo, damn man babies.
It's kind of crusty there, Ryan's. Maybe time to wash that one.
You lose it behind the mattress for 6 months, and that's what you find.
Now, Flip, you'll probably know the answer to this. George's character there, the Baron, that's from episode 2, and wasn't his daughter was next to him in that scene?
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
and
that's
he's
right.
also in a Clone Wars episode 2, but obviously they just did a little different. But yeah, episode
Okay.
Attack of the Clones.
Was that in the beginning in Palpatine's chambers in the Senate?
I think if I'm remembering it correctly, they were walking. Yeah, I think it was like Palpatine and Anakin were walking somewhere, and that's when you saw like that really hot Twi'lek with the fat dude.
Oh, okay.
I think they were in the background of that scene.
I
Yeah.
thought it was episode 1. Yeah, I could be wrong. I don't know.
For a long time, I thought Kit Fisto was in episode 1. Apparently, he didn't show up till episode 2. I could have sworn he was on the council in episode 1.
I thought he was too.
Yeah, me too. It's just one of those things where you think he's there, but he's not, because you're so sure. It's like did Stanley have a mustache or didn't he? You know,
He did.
he did. He did.
Yeah, it's one of those, what do they call it, the Mandela effect or something, where you're convinced, you're like, no, I saw it that way, but it's I just call it memory displacement, where it just all kind of congeals together, and that's just how you remember it.
Yep.
That's right. But yeah, these characters. Did any of you watch any of that Star Wars Resistance show?
I watched Anna's reviews on it, and that was it.
I watched 2 episodes.
I watched. I sat and stomached 7 episodes of it. Yeah, it was bad. Like I still have the reviews written out of a couple of them. I think like I just jotted down like little cliff notes on some of them because they were so stupid. I was just like, I can't do this. That was like I was talking to Steve the other night about my Last Jedi review, which was the first thing I was going to do for the channel. And in, what was it, like 15 minutes, I'd written like 20 pages of notes or something like that. I was like, I'm done. 15 minutes in the movie, I had 20 pages of handwritten notes. I'm like, I can't do that. And at 15 minutes into the movie, you're like basically still in that opening bomber sequence. And it's like that right there is infuriating enough. Past the first run at the at the Star Destroyer by Poe, that's stupid as it is he's sitting there with the mama jokes with Hux, and it's just like, oh my god,
Mahler would have done it.
Yeah, well, look, and Mahler will also sit on an EFAP stream for fucking 75 hours straight. I can't do that. Look, man.
That's
Look,
right.
man. Them EFAP fucking streams. It's like, I think, what do we call it, Sal? That's like it's like a den. The chat is like a den of like nihilism.
Yeah,
It's like
They are brutal.
that chat is
Yeah.
fucking savage.
I thoroughly enjoy Mahler, but that chat will tear you the fuck apart.
Oh yeah, I don't dislike Maul or any of them guys, but I can't do those streams. I can't watch a stream for more than like I said. That's why I started kind of taking ours to like a 2-hour time limit. I'm like 2 hours is good. 2 hours is solid. That's a solid show. If you do it right, 2 hours is a good show. But yeah, man, they do. Fuck.
I don't.
It's like a goddamn Jerry Lewis telethon on Labor Day. Like, Jesus Christ, you already cured polio twice, Mahler. What more do you want?
I don't know how they do that. I just don't understand. I see them like, I wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday one morning, and then right before I go to sleep, they're still on.
Yep.
How are they doing that?
You just
I got an answer to that. It's Riddlin.
It has to be.
It's Riddlin and like I can't remember his name, the guy from The Aviator. A lot of piss jars.
Oh yeah.
Howard Hughes.
Howard Hughes, that's his name.
Just ask Drinker what he says. Drinker, how do you do it? Is it any bother? Nah, it'll be fine.
It's like, how can you do that for 20 hours? What are you guys talking about for 20 hours? I don't get that. They have like 20 guests on there in the span of like a day. I don't get it.
There's like Mahler, Rags, fucking Drinker, and then there's like 5 or 6 other people I've never heard of.
Yeah, Shad is on there a lot. I like Shad a lot.
Now, hey, I gotta ask you guys a quick question about Drinker. Someone on Twitter that is really like against the Last Jedi, very much like us, and the new Disney Star Wars, but he's convinced that the Drinker is, just a bullshit artist, that he's actually playing for the other team, if you know what I mean. Not gay, but like,
right.
He
like a mole.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think he would. I think somebody in the Fandom Menace, or I don't really necessarily think he's really Fandom Menace. I don't know if he considers his channel Fandom Menace. I don't really know, but I'd like to think that he wouldn't have gotten this deep into the gates, past the gates. If he was, I really don't.
It'd be like a Donnie Brasco thing at this point if he did.
Oh Jesus! If so, the CIA should hire him immediately.
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
immediately, because this is the best fucking like mole job that it ever. I don't think he is though, honestly. Like I said, I watch this shit all the time. I just watched this Ghostbusters video today, and goddamn, I absolutely adore his style. I
It's
actually he's great. I actually imitated him in a whole video, and I don't think anybody caught it. I did one of my Batwoman reviews. I kind of did it in his styling. I did the draw. I kind of did an accent. I was like, nobody ever said anything. I'm like, maybe they just thought I was really stoned. I don't know, but I did the whole thing like that. I was like, ugh.
I'm totally gonna look for that, man. I've got to watch you do that.
I can't remember what episode it was. I'll have to look back through them, but there's fucking 20 of them. But no, man, those guys, those EFAP streams are just like, it's like you said, yeah, like you said, Sal. I almost just like enjoy watching people getting destroyed in the chat, because they'll come in there and they'll act like on some other a normal stream. They come in the chat and be like big swinging dick, and it's like you say something in there and it's just like throwing fucking a drop of blood in a piranha tank, man. They're just like,
Hey,
you're getting fucking devoured.
hey, one time I was listening to one of their streams with Jeff and Neurotic.
Mhm.
I remember that
he
one. It
was
was the
discussing-
Spider-Man one.
Yeah, I looked in the chat for that one, and both of them, Neurotic and Jeff, they got destroyed in that one too. I'm like, damn.
Oh, really?
A lot of us don't have to get it yet. They're fans over there. They're brutal. I make sure not to get in that one.
Yeah. If I watch an EFAP stream, I never say anything.
Yeah.
And just like I'm just gonna sit back. I'm just gonna work and lurk. I'm just gonna listen. I ain't saying shit.
It's like 4chan in live time.
It really is. It's fucking bad. Like that is, yeah. There is some definite savagery there. But yeah, those they don't play, man. They do not play. But goddamn, I tell you, I got to give my metaphorical hats off to Mahler for those fucking reviews. I mean, you're talking like every one of his videos is. I think the Rise of Skywalker was one of the shortest ones he's ever done.
Mm-hmm. Last Jedi is broken up into like 3.
Yeah, I still haven't made it through all of that.
I've
I've made it through Mahler many, many times. He has a very soothing voice. I like to sleep with the TV on, and so I'll put one of his reviews on and go to bed.
Yeah, now I've watched him the Captain Marvel one and his Black Panther multiple times, because and I'm sitting there and I love Black Panther, and he just fucking destroys that movie.
man.
I mean, like, he is not kind to that movie at all. And like, it's not even an unbridled rage with Captain Marvel. He's like, it's an unbridled meh. He's just like, I was like, but yeah, Black Panther, he fucking beat that movie up. I was like, oh man.
The one I laugh at probably the most was the Solo one. The Solo one, the Jurassic World one.
Yep.
I was dying of those two. I was like, damn.
Oh, especially
right.
He's very rarely wrong on those. Like, seriously, like I'm not just saying that, but he is. He's spot on pretty much most of the time with those things, man. Admiral Tiberius says that chat can make people kill themselves.
It's not wrong.
No,
he's very right.
Yeah, there's been a lot of Epsteins out of those chats, I'm sure. But, has anybody watched that show on Netflix yet?
What show?
Which one?
The Epstein show.
The Rich Life of Epstein, or whatever.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Is it worth watching?
I found it very compelling, and I learned a lot.
Okay, it's one I saw it on there when I was watching, because I sat there and watched Space Force yesterday. I watched the whole show, and I was like, man, this one looks like I could probably watch it. I like stuff like that. Speaking of Netflix shows, so I went to the zoo this weekend with my family, and before we get to the next topic, really quick, it's a small zoo, but they have some big cats. They have 2 tigers, Sasha and Magic, gorgeous cats, right? And they're the only 2 in this zoo. They're both in their own cages. They have very big cages. They're treated very well. So I was talking to the zoo owner's husband, takes care of the cats. And I asked him, I said, hey man, I got to ask you, because he knows my wife and kid, because they go there so much. He says, I asked him, I said, so did you watch Tiger King? And he started laughing. He's like, yeah, I did. And I'm like, I want to know what you, as somebody who owns, big cats, thinks that. He goes, those people on that show, every single one of them, he goes, they're fucking scumbags. He goes, all of them. He goes, none of them are good people. They're garbage. He knew somebody that had left, or should I say, escaped from Doc Antel's big cat sanctuary. Like had to like get out in the middle of the night kind of thing.
You'll be happy to know that Doc Antel has renamed his zoo the Jonestown Sanctuary for Big Cats.
That's about what it is. Like that place, it's like a legitimate cult. Like they were sleeping in like a horse stable. Mm-hmm. So I mean that's funny. I'm sorry. It's like holy shit. Like because my sister had went to Antel's because she lived in South Carolina a long time ago, and she went there with a coworker, and she said as soon as you're walking around and you see the way these women are that he has there, she goes, you can tell it's a cult. It's a cult.
Gets them hooked on drugs.
Oh yeah, yep.
Like heroin and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. He keeps them strung out and dependent on daddy, and they don't want to go anywhere. They get comfortable there, and that once they're one of his girls, they get taken care of better. They earn their stripes, no pun intended.
So this guy you saw at the zoo, he was the tiger keeper or whatnot.
Yeah, he's the owner's husband, and yeah, he is always backed by the tigers. Their daughter handles like the middle part. They've got some nice cats there. They got some lynx and stuff like that, and a few bobcats, and they got a lot of monkeys and stuff, which is really cool. But with the coof thing right now, you can feed the monkeys normally. You can't feed the monkeys because they're susceptible to COVID.
Oh, okay.
So you couldn't feed them. You could feed the other animals, which my kid loved. Actually, when I move, we're gonna get a couple goats.
Yeah, they take care of the backyard for you, man.
Yep, I'm getting. I've always wanted to get those little mini goats. I love them to death, man, and I've always wanted. Goats. Yes, dude. So I'm gonna get a couple pygmy goats. Hey, hail, say the Appalachian American I see right there. Hail, sir. If you're not subscribed, go on over, subscribe to the Men's Room channel. That's my boy Appalachian American. I'm gonna be over there with them as soon as time provides and my schedule lines up. I'm gonna go over and do a little guest spot over there with them. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, man, that none of them people are fans of anybody that was involved with Tiger King, and they were talking about we talked about Jeff Lowe at length, and I was as a Jeff Lowe looks like Eminem is going to look in about 15 to 20 years. I pretty much that's how I picture Eminem looking, is like Jeff Lowe. He's the dude is like 50 years old and he's still wearing affliction shirts with a bandana and a backwards hat. I mean, dude, you is he still trying for an invite to the cookout at like 55? Is that what he's trying? I mean, it's funny, man. That cat is, yeah, he was another one, and that thing in the show, scooping the tigers, the baby tigers inside the hotels in Vegas. Tony, you're out there. You ever run across a tiger in a casino, or
what? Just running around?
Has anybody ever snuck when you were dealing? Has anybody snuck a tiger into one of the casinos you were at?
I mean, not any more than usual.
I mean, I'm not just talking about Big Puss, but But let's see. What do we say? What do we got? I want to do some Walking Dead discussion sometime. So have your people call my people. Love you, baby. Love you right back, homie. Yes, we'll talk about some Walking Dead because that is coming back sooner than later. And there's a lot of Walking Dead to talk about. But right now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna reel it back in here. We're gonna talk now. We talked about Star Wars characters and who is the tops and whatnot. But you know what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little bit of it's going to be the pitch. We're going to be the pitch room. And trust me, nobody has to catch. It's not like that. Don't, it's okay. There's no crackers on the floor unless I'm laying down. It's okay. And we prefer saltine Americans. But anyway, I'm not Egyptian. I'm not Egyptian. Look right here. I promise you, I'm not Egyptian. I haven't seen my boy in a while. I'm kind of missing him.
Right?
I'm kind of missing him.
Yeah. What happened to him?
I don't know. I think he finally stroked out staring at the ceiling. It was probably one of those F Whitey fits he had, and he just seized out and he's stuck in position. He's just stuck there. The mention there's a goddamn tiger in the bathroom. Alan from The Hangover. Okay, that
The jungle cat.
I love how he just walked in there and pissed. It didn't even I've had those mornings where I'm like that hungover, and it's just like I don't know. I think I would notice like an 800-pound cat. Yeah, there's no way I'm overlooking that. Anyway, back to the pitch meeting now. Before I got sidetracked again, what we're gonna do now? It's time. Pitch me any kind of Star Wars movie you want, but here's the catch. Okay, this is for the chat because everybody's seen the outline. The movie that you pitch me has to be directed by Paul Feig.
So I got one.
Any Star Wars movie you have is directed by Paul Feig.
I got one.
All right, Sal, go ahead, man.
All right, I'll kick it off. Okay, so Paul Feig, right? He likes the kind of reboots and the newer stuff, right? So set in episode 1, or just before, or just after, or something like that. So that's what this is about. It's in episode 1, and since he can't write for male characters apparently, and likes teams of women, the movie is going to be about Padme's handmaidens. That little troop of girls that follow her around, and it's basically going to be them riding on the ship in Naboo and talking about the crush they have on Qui-Gon or whatever, and it's going to be full of fucking potty humor because Jar Jar will be there and everything else. So it's kind of like if you pictured Bridesmaids, a scene on the airplane, it's basically going to be that for 2 hours, but they're just going to be on the ship on the Naboo ship, and yeah, it's going to be like the 4 or 5 of them or whatever. And making jokes about queefs and stuff because that's apparently what he likes to write. And yeah, so Jar Jar will be there. They'll remark about how long his tongue is and shit like that. And...
Damn it, Sal! Took my idea.
All right.
Oh hell, that was good. Hail Chris Wicks, brother. Thank you for joining us, my man. I appreciate it. Keely Chow, look at Keely Chow, a little spicy over here. I'm gonna put a little bit of Asian in AOC. Oh shit. All right, Sal, that was fucking excellent, man. That was excellent. Who's next?
So I got one.
All right, Tony Tone Deaf is up.
Now, it's not as much of an original concept as it is a re-envisioning of a previous movie. So Hollywood should pick it up right away, I'm thinking. But imagine it, episode 8.5, the Feige cut of The Last Jedi, okay? And first off, I want to say, and if you don't know by now, 2 white people on an island, that's racist. So we're going to cut out all the Rey and Luke Skywalker. That's no need for that. We're taking General Leia, and we're taking Princess Holdo, and we're taking the space chase, and we're doing Thelma and Louise in outer space, okay? And we're going to end it with these 2 strong females just light speeding through the authorities, through the patriarchy's big, massive spaceship that's obviously compensating for something. Okay, so we're going to have Leia and Holdo, and that's everything else, that's what episode 8 should have been in the first place.
Damn, you took my second idea. Come on, guys. Idea.
Oh shit. That's like 2 home runs right there, man. Who's up next, man? Who's clean up? Who's third in the order?
I'll go.
I got nothing.
Oh.
Who's got one?
I do.
I got nothing.
Steve, all right,
Yeah,
man.
go.
You're up to bat, brother. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm not up. I got nothing. Both of my ideas were taken already. One of them was Leia and her secret lover that was, I don't know if it was written during the Disney phase, but supposedly she had a secret lover, best friend type of thing going on with somebody on Alderaan. But basically, it's the same concept as Hodo and Leia already. So it's kind of taken. So I got
All right.
nothing.
All right, man. Flip, what do you got, bro?
Well,
Let me switch.
I'm going to give you the character names first.
Okay.
So this is called Galaxy of Filth. And the character names are Darth Chlamydia Laquifa, played by Raven Simone.
Oh God!
Dice Earlyon, who is going to die early on in the movie. Dice Earlyon, played by Taylor Lautner. Deman White, he's a Padawan, played by Daniel Radcliffe. And Master Trumple, played by Alec Baldwin, of course. So, the movie starts, and I'm going to read this as I've written it. A new Sith threat has arisen. She's not only a vicious Sith Lord, but also a scientist of Sith technology, and also a black lesbian, because it's important to know she's black and queer. Her name is Darth Chlamydia Laquifa. The problem is she sometimes feels the pull to the light, but she's created an invention to escape the dark side forever. But can she really ever escape? Meanwhile, across the galaxy, a young, white, heterosexual Padawan is learning he may be dismissed from the Jedi Order for being too interested in the dark side. But he's not. His name is Deman White. And he's being set up by Dice Earlyon, another learner who is definitely interested in the dark side. Our young protagonist is ultimately bullied one dark stormy night, and the two duel with lightsabers above the Jedi Temple. Dice falls off the high building just as Master Trumple catches the two fighting. Deman White is taken to Jedi jail on the planet called Suckdong. It's almost over. Back at the Sith Temple, Darth Chlamydia Laquifa finishes her meditation and prepares her invention to allow her to swap bodies with another Jedi. The Force has shown her that Deman White is her prey. She breaks into song as we realize this is a musical number. I'm gonna swap our bodies. I'm gonna swap our bodies. Ow! You think you're the man, but you're gonna be a woman now. I'm our bodies. Gonna swap, gonna make you feel that thing. You might be the man, but you won't have a ding-a-ling. So then she finishes the song and hops into her spaceship called the Gender Bender. She's off to swap bodies with Deman White. At this point, Darth Chlamydia Laquifa breaks the Deman out of jail. There's an action sequence and another musical number. Of course, all the Jedi are gonna get their penises sliced off, and she's basically a 100-pound thing. She says, and here's the next musical number. I'm the Sith witch like no other, slicing off penises like through butter. I'm the Sith witch on the hunt. If you fight back now, you can smell my all the Jedi fall over in pieces with no penises. That's the end of the movie.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my goodness.
I got nothing. I'm not even gonna fucking follow that.
He won.
That's
Send that to Disney right now. They'll do it.
holy shit.
What's really bad is I'm writing it all and I come up with a sequel in my head. I got to write that one down now at some point. But.
Oh, great.
I just want the merchandise.
Yes.
That you won't find this merchandise at clearance stores or for 99 cents.
You can only find this fucking merchandise at Hot Topic and fucking online.
Yep.
Late night infomercials, maybe on Wish. judging by some of the stuff Wish has, but god damn, man. Flip, that's literal. I'm gonna talk to somebody I know in the film industry, and we're gonna make this movie happen.
Man, I pulled out 2 musical numbers for you, yo.
Yeah, I was gonna say not 1 but 2 musical numbers. This is a true. If anybody understands Paul Feig, it is Flip apparently. He's like, no, we can't get by with 1 musical number, motherfucker. We're gonna have 2.
Yeah, like
Shit.
when I saw Ghostbusters 2016, I was like, a musical number? What the fuck? So yeah, that stuck with me.
Mine was I was gonna take and make a movie version of The Office, but it was gonna be all Imperials because Paul Feig was so instrumental in The Office. It was basically gonna be like just like Imperial employees, not stormtroopers or scout troopers, anybody. It was gonna be like the clerical fucking people that work for the Empire, and that was it. It was just like The Office, like the things. It was basically like The Office, but the Empire version, and you don't get fired or anything. You die if you fuck up your job. So like, that's like it. Basically, like Vader comes down and force chokes out like the receptionist because he didn't get a message from the Emperor. He didn't know soon enough to move the ship out of the asteroid field, and he fucking goes down. He doesn't kill the general that comes in and tells him. He walks all the way down. Walks downstairs to the main floor of the fucking, Empire Mifflin fucking paper company and fucking just force chokes out somebody and walks back upstairs like nothing happened. A shipment gets fucked up in the warehouse, goes down there, chokes out a couple warehouse employees.
I'd pay to see an Office version of the Empire. That would be
when it comes to client meetings and shit like that. He's basically like Michael Scott. He's always got to go. He's just sitting there across the desk. The guy, it'd be like, some regional governor or whatever sitting there in the seat, and Vader's got one of the salesmen with him, and he's just sitting there next to him, just staring at him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, the salesman makes the pitch, and the guy's like, well, that's not what you offered me. And Vader's like, I've altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it further. That kind of thing. And, like there would I didn't come up with any musical numbers, but that's I did not. I will pay the price for my lack of vision. But no, man, you slayed that one, Flip. That was, yeah.
Thanks, girl.
Two, yes, queen, slay. 2 fucking musical numbers. And the funny thing is, that's more creative than anything Disney has come up with in 8 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, yours is good too, though. The office setting for just working for any kind of empire or tyrannical.
Yeah,
like that would be amazing. That would be fun to watch.
It's like being in like the Cuban like Revolutionary Army, except you're just working in the office. For them, you're just how are they going to get Post-it notes out on the front? They're going to need Post-it notes. It's like, well, we got to have an office for that. So they've got like one of the subsidiaries of Chiquita Banana is like is like. I'm not even joking about that. Chiquita Banana got, found guilty for supplying funds to the FARC, but that's neither here nor there, not on this channel. But anyway, I'm just making an example here, just spitting a little knowledge. But but yeah, I think the Imperial Office, it'd be like I want somebody that can produce music to do like kind of like a mashup of the Imperial March with the Office theme.
Yeah,
that would be fucking money right there. Yeah. That would be great. So yeah, somebody make that happen.
You gotta have Steve Carell in it too, to ambience.
He's the regional manager. He has to answer to Vader.
Priceless, man.
He's like one of the regional governors. That would be Steve Carell would be the regional governor. He's the head of the Empire's paper company. And Vader comes down. Vader would be like Jan, basically. Except I'm not gonna gender swap him. Fuck it. I'll just have Vader reviews play Vader in this.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's good.
Let's get Vader reviews. And I've been talking to these guys. I said you need to check out, if you haven't checked out his channel, you really need to, because his videos are funny as hell. And he's so good at doing the fucking voice. He's like,
he works so hard.
He studied it like hours and hours of James Earl Jones interviews just to pick up on his speaking pattern, the patterns of speech and things, so he could do the voice better, so he could say normal things and not just Vader lines.
Dude, in that stream, he did the Vader voice the entire stream.
Yeah, he was on for like 2.5 hours doing the voice. It was fucking great.
Well,
But
I know one thing. That Office idea probably might save Star Wars.
I think it would. Can you see The Office, a Star Wars story?
Be better than anything they did so far, man.
Yeah.
Nobody
Would
would. Everybody would forget about Solo and the Last Jedi. Like, man, have you seen The Office, a Star Wars story yet? That shit was fucking lit.
Would be badass.
that would be great. And to be the Office, like I said, The Office, the show it's great. It's almost as good as another show that's kind of about nothing, but we don't get shows that are about nothing anymore, and there's only one way I feel about that.
That's
Every show's got to have some kind of stupid message, but you know what? We don't need messages in our shows. We need a show about nothing that's just funny. It's about everyday life. So what we're going to do right now is with the panel, we're going to play a little Seinfeld trivia. All right. So I have, if you'll see right here, it's I have these little cards here, and I'm going to I've got a stack of them. This is for my and I am that big of a fucking Seinfeld nerd. I've had this for years. This is I very rarely ever get to play this with anybody because none of my friends give a shit about Seinfeld, and I'm the only apparently I'm the only person that likes it out of like my the people that I actually hang around with. And so yeah, I got these guys here who are some Seinfeld fans, and we're gonna test some knowledge right now. So we're playing to I don't know, we'll play to 5. How about that? Do you want to go to 5 or we want to go to 10?
I think 5's good.
I think 5 will be good. Okay, all right. So we'll go to 5, and I have my camera on, so you can see I'm drawing. I draw here. I'll do it right off the top of the deck here for you guys. This is the deck right here. I will take the first card, and the question is: Kramer has an idea for a pizza place. What's different about it?
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
I could tell you his cologne idea. I don't remember the pizza one.
He does haircuts also. I can't.
I forgot.
Kumquats.
No, Tony, but close.
Can I get a lifeline?
All right. It involves the customer taking an active role in the final product.
What does the chat say? Let's see.
What does the chat say? All right, chat, here's the question now.
Oh, yeah.
Kramer has an idea for a pizza place. What's different about it?
You make your own pie.
Yes, there you go. Salvador gets a point. Yes, that is the answer right there. I'm going to block off the bottom one. But yes, let's see if we can get that on camera there. Make your own pie. And what did Poppy say? You cannot make your own pie. You cannot put anything you want on the pizza. Kramer's like, you can put cucumbers on there. No. Remember? And a pizza is a pizza only when you put it in the oven. And on this topic, there can be no room for debate, said Poppy. All right. Here's this should be a layup. What job does Kramer try out for on the tennis court?
Tennis boy. Tennis is line, whatever they
Ball
call
boy?
it.
Yeah, I say ball boy.
Oh boy.
Ball boy. I'll give that.
Flip got it.
Flip got the term, the technical term. Yep, you're getting that one. So flips at 1, Sal's at 1. All right, let's see here. All right. Oh, this is my favorite because I'm unfortunately afflicted with the same sickness. Kramer has a power that means the lure of the animal. What is the Latvian word for it?
God! Got the Latin word.
The lure of the animal.
Kavorka.
Damn it!
There you go, Sal. Kavorka.
Yeah. To be fair, I had to look that one up because I was like, it's like I wanted to say Kavorkian, and I was like, it's something.
To be fair, All right, Sal's got 2, Flip's got 1, Steve and Tony are still on nothing, but I have faith in you, gentlemen. All right,
Sorry,
Wonder
autistic
Lord.
neighbor.
I've got a plan. Don't worry.
let's
About
see.
to bring it back now.
Okay, here we go right here. Kramer's friend, Bob Cobb, feels bad when Jerry and Elaine don't call him this.
Eisenhower.
Once again, I'll read the question one more time. Kramer's friend, Bob Cobb, feels bad when Jerry and Elaine don't call him this.
The
Right.
Maestro.
Yes, there you go, Flip.
Cool.
The Maestro. And actually, fun fact for those of you, I know I've told this to most of you guys, those of you in the chat who don't know, the name of my channel is The Place to Be Reviews. Etepel Queen's The Place to Be Reviews. Now, basically, I wanted to name it The Place to Be, which is a callback to that episode where Jerry Stiller, Frank Costanza, turns George's old bedroom into a billiards parlor, and he and Kramer name it The Place to Be. That's where my channel got its name from. So if you don't know, now you know.
Also, in order to be a true maestro, which is the conductor of an orchestra, you have to have a PhD.
Really?
Wow.
I did not know that.
Hmm You can be a
Yep,
conductor
you
of
do
an orchestra, but you're not a maestro.
Yeah.
You're just called a conductor at that point.
Hmm
So can you?
If you're good to be a conductor, you can go, be on trains.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like, so you can either like run an orchestra or drive a train. The hell? I mean, Pelham 1, 2, 3. Here I come.
Mhm.
All right. Let's see. Here's a. Let's see. Kramer and Elaine are riding the subway when the train stops at Queensboro Plaza. Kramer tells Elaine that the stop is famous for these, and then leaps out.
Dang it.
And I'll give you a clue what episode it's from. It's from the Cigar Store Indian episode.
Oh, frick.
I'll read it one more time. Kramer and Elaine are riding the subway when the train stops at Queensboro Plaza. Kramer tells Elaine that the stop is famous for these, and then leaps out.
Now, there's 2 pronunciations of this. I'm going to go with the American one and say gyros. But
Yes,
it's
sir.
pronounced gyro.
Gyro, the Greek pronunciation.
Which, or if you've never had one, which
Oh.
I find that hard to
Okay.
believe, they're fucking delicious.
They're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. And there's a bunch of good gyro restaurants around Detroit that I go to when we go to my wife's parents' house. Oh my God. There's one small, like mom and pop one, only like 4 tables in there. It's almost as like there's a Thai restaurant like that called Pies, and I don't know if they're still open. We haven't been there in a couple of years, but the whole fucking restaurant, like the seating area, is like the size of the inside of my office, and the kitchen is like double my office. There's two little Thai folks that work in the kitchen, and there's one Russian woman that runs a cash register. I'm not even shitting. Their food, they won best like Asian restaurant in Detroit, like 6 out of 8 years.
Yeah,
Up to like 2014, dude. It was fucking amazing. Expensive, but well worth it. All right, so Sal's at 3, Flip's at 2, Steve and Tony still at a goose egg. Let's get these 2 points out. Let's get these guys some points on the board here. All right, so chat, you guys are going to be Tony and Steve's lifeline here. So chat, if you guys have any Seinfeld knowledge, because they're getting goose egged right now. All right, and
Yeah, I'm getting stumped today.
all right, so let's see. Oh, this is a great one. After Daryl and Elaine both realize the other one is white, what store does Elaine recommend they go to?
Big and tall?
Big and tall.
This is from the episode The Wizard, or as Morty Seinfeld called it, The Willard.
The Wizard. I'm the Wiz.
I'll read it again. After Daryl and Elaine both realize the other one is white, what store does Elaine recommend they go to?
I haven't watched that episode in a long time. I know which episode it is. I don't remember.
This is one of my favorite episodes. It's so relevant right now. It's hilarious.
I know. Hey, what was the name of the store? Come on, chat, help me out.
Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the
My
chat?
mind's blanking. I should know this. I
I'll throw out a hint. Okay, it is a store that is it is present in most outlet malls.
Damn, I haven't been to Outlet Mall in a minute.
Shit, right?
All right, so it doesn't look like anybody's going to get this one. So do you want me to? I'll ask another question. I will tell you the answer right now, and everybody's going to be face palming. It is the store. Let me read the question. After Elaine and Daryl both realize the other one is white, what store does Elaine recommend they go to? The answer: the Gap.
Yeah, Flare X got it in the chat there.
Did he? I just okay. Yep, the Gap. Yes, Flare X, you're right. Flare X gets a point in the chat. Oh hell! All right, so nobody gets a point that round. We move on. Sal at 3, Flip at 2, Steve and Tony goose egged. All right, here we go. Let's see. Oh, this is good. This one's good. All right. Elaine's boyfriend Blaine goes to see this movie a second time, but this time without her. Elaine says it's just a stupid movie.
The Crying Game.
The English Patient.
Yes.
Yes, that's what it was.
Steve got that in English Patient.
Yeah, she's like, this movie's stupid. In the theater, everyone's like, shh. Tell her to be quiet.
She's there with Peterman. What's wrong with you? I hate it. Oh, well, good. You're fired. Oh, good. She's like, all right, I'll wait in the car.
I've seen that episode so many times.
Yep. Oh God, that's oh yeah, that movie is what is one of my wife's favorite movies, Legends of the Fall. That is my English Patient. I cannot fucking stand that movie. It's like every time she watches it, I'm either on my phone or I fall asleep, or I just don't watch it with her. All right,
I saw it once and that was enough.
Yeah, dude. I watched it like twice and I'm like, okay, fuck this movie. Brad Pitt should have he never would have just walked up and beat the shit out of that cop like that. No, dude. Like you know what scene I'm talking about? I'm just like, no. And then he gets to shoot him later on. I'm like, nah, man, nah. You fucking bootleggers. They were bootleggers. That's what it was. The family is a bunch of bootleggers. If you've never seen Legends of the Fall. All right. Yep. All right. So Sal's at 3, Flips at 2, Steve's at 1. Here we go. Why is Elaine eager to fill out a product warranty card with her new boyfriend, Daryl? Oh, damn it.
Because he's black.
So she can find out what race he is. Yep. All right. So Steve's at 2, Flips at 2, Sal's the clubhouse leader at 3. Tony's up in front of her playing golf right now.
There's a method to the madness.
He's a dark horse. He's gonna come back at the last inning and just do a clean sweep.
You guys sound just like the enemies of Seabiscuit. All right, let's see. Here we go. Elaine finds a wallet under Jerry's couch cushion. Who does the wallet belong to?
Her co-worker.
What's that?
Peterman?
Peterman.
Nope, not Peterman. Elaine finds a wallet under Jerry's couch cushion. Who does the wallet belong to?
Isn't it like her friend or her co-worker or something?
Nope.
Jerry's dad.
Yes. It's Morty. Yep.
That's the one. That's the one. He's like, well, what's gone? What's gone?
Oh yeah.
Jerry's father, Morty. It's the wallet his father thought was stolen from him at the doctor's office in the pilot part 2, where he's like, my wallet's gone. My wallet's gone.
That's my dad's favorite episode. He laughs every time he sees that episode.
Oh, that was great.
That one is great.
All right, let's see. Elaine landed a job attending to the personal affairs of Justin Pitt. What does she have to buy for him on her first shopping outing?
Socks.
Yes. Socks it is. Remember, he doesn't like the ones she got because they're too tight.
Yep.
And the other, I don't think these will last, Elaine. All right, so we got Steve with 4, Sal's at 3, Flips at 2, Tony's at a goose egg. Steve's got point game set match right now for the Emperor of Franchise History TV. Let's see here.
2016 Cleveland Cavaliers.
Let's see. Elaine's embarrassed to find out that the waitresses working at Monk's have something else in common other than being well endowed. What is it?
They're all the bosses, bosses' kids, daughters.
Yes, they're all sisters. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, Circle takes the square.
Oh yeah.
Steve comes back with a victory.
Nice.
That was your 5th point right there. Sal finished with 3, Flip with 2, Tony with nothing. Thank you for playing, gentlemen. That was enjoyable, I think, except for Tony who got blanked, but that's all right.
Yeah, well, y'all don't want to see me on Power Rangers Season 2 trivia either, so.
You will win. You will win.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, I might call your bluff right there because my kid is going through a Power Rangers phase. And do you have any idea how many Power Rangers show are on Netflix?
Like all of them.
There's like 20 some. Okay. Do you know how many of them I've been forced to sit through with him because it's like, Dad. I've seen Dino Charge, Dino Supercharge, Samurai, Super Samurai Christmas, the Halloween episodes. Holy shit. I had no idea there was this many like we were watching, what is it, like Saban's fucking Beetleborgs?
Yeah, Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Big Bad from like that's from like 2000. I was like,
yeah. They I think there was Big Bad Beetleborgs, and like the next season it was Big Bad Beetleborgs Metallics.
Yeah,
and then I think after that it got canceled.
Yeah, we watched one from it was like from fucking 20 years ago. I was like, holy shit, bud. I'm like, Dad was only half his age back then.
Yeah, the figures were really cool. It was the blue kid or the blue beetle had like telekinesis. The green beetle could run really fast, and the purple beetle had super strength. And I think the brown beetle was the bad guy.
The Beast Morphers show was pretty good. Oh shit! Hey, YouTube already started it. So we hit Admiral Tiberius has sent me a message. We were at 21 likes. We're at 15 now on my phone.
I didn't want to say anything, but I remember liking the video earlier, and then I went back and my like was already gone.
Yeah.
But I switched accounts too. So
Let's see, I'm showing 20.
Okay.
I'm showing 15.
Yeah, I had 15 on mine. It's just
YouTube the
and I'm just
Now
doing
I'm
this.
showing 14.
Yes, I'm showing 14 on mine.
Now 15 again.
See that, chat? I'm not making this shit up, and I don't. It doesn't. The amount of likes I get doesn't bother me as long as you guys enjoy the show. It's just kind of like, it's almost like, is that a personal attack or something? I feel like Brie Larson. Is that a personal attack or something? You know, because it's like, why? Like, I'm not that big of a channel, you know? I mean, I don't know.
Cruz, thank you very much.
There's my girl. Anyway, that's for Leo Red if he's still around. He might be working and lurking right now. So I think he was on break. Flare X says he's got 15. Wait, Keely Chow says, does your kid have a thing for Kimberly? He hasn't really figured that whole deal out yet. He kind of likes who Dad likes. And yeah, man.
Ruby Rose and Brie Larson.
God damn you, no. I could do the other old school my dad still does. You gotta reel it up and then reel it back down. I gotta admit, man, I went to my old man's house today, and he's I'm trying to catch his beard. I'm just letting this go. I'm not doing anything to it for about 3 or 4 months. And man, his is like down to here and it's all white. I was like, he looks like Santa Claus and Sean Connery met, and like Mike Ditka and Dick Butkus met, and they all had they had a kid, and that's what my dad looks like right now. I was like, it's kind of terrifying. Him with that big.
It's like all 4 of them met and like did a bukkake on a 5.56 round, and that's how your dad was made.
That's basically it right there.
No, I'm joking.
And yet he still looks like Clint Eastwood. I don't. He always looks. I think that's from being in the Marine Corps. I think that's still a Vietnam thing. I was because he's squinting into the sun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. I always mess with him. He'll be looking at something, and I got a solo list to do it right, but he'll do it. We'll just be looking at something. He's looking, and I'll just look at him, and I'll be like,
Kurt Russell has that look too.
It's like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme from Inception, where he's sitting across the table and he's looking at the guy, and then he does this thing, and he does the lean in thing. I've made some pretty good memes out of it. I'm not gonna lie, but no, really, that was so. Tony, do you watch Seinfeld? I have to ask. I know, I think we've talked about it before, but you're not a huge Seinfeld aficionado, though, right?
I think
Sorry, I started talking.
Oh, you're fine.
I'm sitting here like conversating. So I've seen a few episodes here and there, but recently I started watching through the entire series. So that's my problem. Like, I've seen them all once up until I'm in season 8 right now.
Okay.
But I'm getting through it, and then I need to watch them over again. Just, I like it. I wish I would have watched it back in the day, but I was busy watching Full House.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Full House is I watched that show, man. It was Friday night. What is that? TGIF on ABC. Back when it was like Full House and Step by Step.
Family Matters.
Yep. God damn. That was bad. That's way back. I mean, that's going back like 4 flats on a Cadillac for me, man. Because it was like I'd sit there and watch that with my sisters, and then they'd go to bed, and I'd sit there and play Tecmo Super Bowl and shit after TGIF was over. That is, we don't really talk about gaming much on this channel, but I'm gonna kind of make that and trust me, folks, I don't have any modern games. Like I think I've said before, the newest system I have is my PlayStation 2. So we're going to do I'm going to do a charity. I'm going to set up a little charity deal here. And it's going to be for the American Cancer Society. It's going to be a Tuesday night stream. So it's going to be the wrestling show. And Jared the Barbarian and I, Mad Dog Warren, are going to do a live No Mercy stream. So we're gonna get the deal set up. We're gonna get some mods and everything on it, and create ourselves. We're gonna go through like a tournament and all that stuff. So, but yeah, we're gonna do some No Mercy streaming here, and maybe some GoldenEye too, even. So,
GoldenEye.
Yeah, yep. I've been playing that quite a bit lately, and in my spare time, just kind of having fun with it, every now and then. And I have like everything's unlocked on the game, so it's always fun. Like late at night when I'm really tired because I can barely stay awake, I just turn myself invisible and turn paintball mode on, and I can just see where I'm shooting better that way.
You know what? My son came in last night. He's like, "Have you seen The Invisible Man?" And I hadn't. The new one. Have any of you seen it?
I haven't seen it yet. I just did a review on it last week. I thought it was great. I thought it was really bad, but it wasn't that bad. Better than Black Christmas and what's the other one? Fantasy Island.
Oh, you like Black Christmas? Don't even act like you didn't enjoy Black Christmas, bro. That movie was great.
No. I still haven't recovered yet. Telling Adam earlier today, I still haven't recovered yet.
He's been motherfucking me for 2 weeks because of that goddamn movie.
Yeah. Every time I see Pete's name on Facebook, I'm like, "F you, Pete."
You're not the only one, so it's all right, man. It's all right. Like I said, Flip, I think that was the first time you were on the channel. I was like, "Hey, Flip, you got to watch this." He's like, "Wait, all right." What I can text me? "Hey, man, what did you make me watch?"
No, this shit was, man. I had nightmares about that dumbass movie. Like, my ex-wife is back. She's, just in my dream, and like there's a killer or something. Just terrible movie, man.
I don't understand how Universal said go on that. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't understand that they're sitting there in the boardroom, whatever room they was in, like, "Hey, this sounds like a good movie."
Yeah.
Let's do it. It'll make money.
This is the best we got. And my only thing was who came up with that?
And what has he had? I want you to tell him what he has had.
he had some rough shit to come up with a movie like that. Sal, you said you haven't watched that yet?
No, we're still talking about Invisible Man, right?
Invisible Man, Invisible Man and Black Christmas, yeah.
I have not seen Invisible Man as much as I wanted to watch it. I have seen the advertisement for the DVD coming out, and it kind of answered my question, because when that movie came out, it's Amanda Moss, is that the actress's name?
Yep.
I'd been curious during her acting if she was acting to nothing, and turns out she wasn't. There was actually a guy in a green suit that was there the whole time during the Invisible Man scenes.
Yeah,
so.
There's some rough acting in it for sure, but
Yeah.
Overall, a good movie. You know, they built suspense really well, wouldn't you say, Steve?
Yeah, they did. They really did. I thought they was gonna go off the rails like they did with the Mummy, because I was very, very, very hesitant about watching it, and even like, yeah, hesitant about watching it after what I saw from the Mummy in 2017. So yeah, it wasn't that bad. They kept it grounded. They didn't try to do anything stupid. They didn't try to bring in Mr. Jekyll, Dr. Hyde, or vampires or anything else weird.
They bring in werewolves and shit.
Yeah, they didn't do none of that. They kept it straight down the line. This is the Invisible Man. This is what you're gonna get. We're not gonna bring any other characters into it. So
Yeah, and they used some of the tricks they've used in other Invisible Man movies, like you got to get them wet or whatever. I think anyone would expect that going into a movie like this. So I don't think that's a spoiler of any kind, but it's how they did it. I think at first you're watching it, you feel like it's a really slow movie, so bear with it. You'll understand why it feels that way.
Yeah. The sad thing is though, the sequel is gonna be with what's her face that made that other dumb freaking feminist movie I can't think of, Charlie's Angels.
Elizabeth
What's that
Banks.
Yeah,
She's making the Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yes. That shit got signed like right when Invisible Man was like getting ready, they're starting to promote it. They had announced that Elizabeth Banks had the Invisible Woman coming out, and it's like, do you really need to do that? Like basically like the main this movie's called The Invisible Man, and the main star of the movie's Elizabeth Moss. Like she's the star of this, she's been, it's funny because Elizabeth Moss has had a long career. She had a bit part she was almost an ancillary character. If anybody watched the show, Sal, you might have watched this, Invasion. It used to be on ABC after Lost, if you remember that.
Invasion, was that the one with the aliens?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like was it Randy Quaid or Dennis Quaid, the dad? Something like that, and there was that one dude that they kept locked up, and he was like a cook or something, but he was supposed to be like the bad guy, kind of like the Daryl of that show.
Kind of. It was, I'm trying to think the one. No, Eddie Cibrian was in it,
Okay.
and he was the dad, and his wife had divorced, and they had two kids.
Yeah, one of the sons was gone.
Evan Peters was one of the kids, and they had a son and a daughter.
Okay.
And Elizabeth Moss ended up being a girl that Evan Peters was involved with, and she was already one of the like aliens. They kind of like, you went underwater, and the aliens like lived underwater. And at the end of the first season, all the aliens were like pushing all the regular humans off the pier into the water, and they were changing them all over they were like hybrids after that. They didn't kill them, they just changed them. Kind of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but a little bit of a remix of that. Elizabeth Moss was a young girl that I believe was involved with Evan Peters, who was Eddie Cibrian's kid in that. And I remember after seeing her in that, she was doing like, what was it? Like NyQuil or some fucking commercials. She did commercials for a while, and then she started picking up bit parts. And the old lady's watching The Handmaid's Tale, and she's like the star of that show.
He got her start in Mad Men. That's what she really got her start in.
I forgot she was in Mad Men too.
Yeah.
I've only seen a couple episodes of it.
So I've not seen Invasion. I was thinking of a show called Falling Skies.
Okay. All right. What was that? Was that USA?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. That was one I heard of but never watched. Now was it? Because USA's got that one, is that Colony? That's on USA now. And that's the one with Josh Holloway from Lost, Sawyer, and Sarah Wayne Calais, who was Lori in The Walking Dead. And apparently Tony Tonedeff just got back from robbing a 7-Eleven.
We have Tony Stark.
We have Tony Stark. I thought that was Dana Schwartz. Or is that Goose?
Shit. Elizabeth Banks going to be in this movie. I guess it's a remake. It is a remake too, because it is such thing as an Invisible Woman. But putting Elizabeth Banks after what she did to Charlie's Angels, come on, Universal, you turned it into Disney. Bad mistake.
You can't even because like, everybody complained about MCG and Charlie's Angels too. It's like, did you see the Elizabeth Banks one? That makes MCGs look like a fucking masterpiece. I mean, really. It was, ugh. Yeah, like I said, I sat through that goddamn thing on opening night, and a half hour into the movie, and the eye candy wasn't even enough to keep me. Because, like I said, man, Elizabeth Banks she's what, like 44, 45? She's a dime.
Yeah.
She's fucking hot. She's gorgeous. I mean, as Rita, I loved her as Rita Repulsa in the 2017 Power Rangers movie. I thought she was badass. But her personal politics are just she's just garbage. She's just an insane feminist. All right. On the table. She's an insane feminist. And then, Charlie's Angels wasn't for men. I go out to see it opening night. There's 3 guys in the theater and 2 women. And, I talked to 2 women in line before the movie, and they were going to see Ford versus Ferrari, which I would have much rather fucking seen. But no, I had to sit through goddamn Charlie's Angels. So it was a boring movie. It wasn't good. The action sequences were shit. Naomi Scott wasn't bad. She wasn't terrible. Ella Balinska wasn't bad. The writing was what was bad. Kristen Stewart, I have like mixed feelings about her because like the beginning of the movie, she had the wig on. She was attractive. Then she took the wig off. She looked like Justin Bieber. I was like, Jesus Christ. It was like the fucking Crying Game. I'm like, oh, no. I feel like I should be burning my clothes and sitting in the corner of the shower, rocking in a ball. But that movie, and I think that basically just set Patrick Stewart up to be a cuck from in Picard, because they basically just cut his legs out in that fucking movie.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. Like, I'm like, why did you even bring him into this movie? Why? So you could make him look like an idiot?
Power.
Yeah, that's it. They're like, oh, Patrick Stewart's in this, great. And then it's like, oh, Patrick Stewart's. Wait, is he the bad guy? No, yeah. I mean, it was horrible. The fight sequences were shite. I mean, they were like I said, I've seen all the fights. I haven't watched Birds of Prey, but I've seen all the fights because all the shit online now. And it's just like the fight sequences were supposedly choreographed by the guy from John Wick. I'm like, what?
No, they wasn't. That's a lie.
I thought, it's like I haven't seen the whole movie, but I'm like, that doesn't really look like. And I've watched, like I said, I watched the fights of Birds of Prey, and then I watched some of the scenes from John Wick, and I'm like, just to kind of compare them, because I haven't watched any of the John Wick movies in full. So I'm just like, well, no, but nobody's going to buy Margot Robbie being tough at all. I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying Juicy Smollett with a wig on out there, being a badass. And, the chick that Obi-Wan cheated on his wife with. And
they made her look like a man. Like,
yeah,
Huntress is not supposed to look like a man. Anyway,
I was going to say, I've seen Huntress in the comics and on the old Birds of Prey show. And yeah, that Mary Elizabeth Winstead, she's not the best looking, but she's not ugly by any stretch of imagination. Yeah. But yeah, they made her look terrible in that movie. They really did.
I don't get it.
I don't understand how.
Like, I mean, if Ewan cheated on his wife with her, she at least should be somewhat attractive.
They always got a light looking.
What's that?
I said they always got a light little girl, like 100-pound girl, beating up all these guys and these things. It goes back to Batwoman too. Yeah. Impossible to believe. I mean, I'll believe to a certain amount. But.
Yeah, that was like the whole Batwoman show. It was like every fight she was in with a guy, the dude was like I'm 6'3" and like 230 right now, and these dudes were like 245, some of them 250 pounds. These motherfuckers were big, and she's just like blowing through them. I'm like, and a lot of it wasn't even the gadget she was using. It was just hand to hand, and I'm like, what? Dude, and she sit there and like she got shot point blank with like a 44 at one point in the show, and I'm like, even if you have a vest on, because their suit is supposedly bulletproof, I'm like, even if you get hit with a round, and this dude was like 6 feet away with a 44 mag long barrel, I'm like, your little ass is going to be, number one, you're going to have a bruise if that doesn't punch through at that, depending on what kind of round he's using. It better not be a hollow point at that range, because it'll probably punch through that vest. But point blank, about 5 to 6 feet away with a 44, that would have blown her fucking ass about 5 feet. I mean, she didn't even budge. She just stood there and looked. I'm like,
pose time.
I'm just like, come on.
I'm
like,
sexy. God.
Yep. I'm just like, no. That just made me channel the inner critical drinker. Just be like, nah, it'll be fine. You know, it's just like, come on, like, are you serious, really? Oh shit! But I know it's getting to be about that time, and Sal's got a jet. We can keep it rolling for a couple more minutes. Sal, you want to? I'm going to give you the opportunity because I know you got to cut, so I'm going to give you the opportunity right now. Go ahead and plug what you got coming up. Give the channel a plug and give this man a congratulations. He's at 356 subscribers. Let's make it 360 before the end of the night, ladies and gentlemen.
That would be fantastic. Yes, I am the proprietor, owner, producer, everything of 2 Cents Toys. I review toys over there. I had a recent custom video come out where I just painted some shit, and I was supposed to have some toys to show up today that I could do some reviews, but now my tracking from the post office says we don't know where it is. So that's fun. But yeah, it's I've seen some steady growth. I hit the big tree fitting the other day.
Pre-fitted.
So I was pretty happy about that. In celebration, I'll probably do a live customizing of one of my alien figures. And that's really all I got. If you like Star Wars, G.I. Joe, things like that, that's mostly what I talk about as newer figures from old properties. And I'm having a great time doing it. I'm doing a lot more customizing recently. So it's a lot of fun. Thanks for having me, guys. It's been a blast again. Catch us on the boardroom this Wednesday on Peach Channel, I do believe. And
yes, sir.
I will see y'all then.
Thank you, man. Thank you for joining us. Congrats, Sal. And that is 2 Cents Toys. If you're not subscribed, go over there and subscribe right now because I want to get this man to 360. I want to see him. He's going to break 500. I think by it's June 8th. He's going to hit 500 by August. That is my goal for you, is to hit 500 by August. I was surprised I hit 250 today, but it looks like we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna wrap it up right here. Let's see. So Flip, you what do you got coming up, brother?
Well, I mean, you know what I do on my channel? You know, it's opinion, comedy, criticizing, praise. Oh, who am I kidding? It's just skits. Sometimes we just get, hammed up and stupid, and you just come by and enjoy the idiocracy. Other than that, we've got the Phantom Collective going on, and we're going to be opening up a Patreon for that channel / Twitter real soon, so that we can help, get the income come in to support you guys better. And other than that, I'm just rocking and rolling, and I appreciate you having me on, man. It was good to see all you guys again.
Yep.
I appreciate you coming on, brother. Appreciate it, man. And go over and subscribe. The link is in the description of the video to Flip's channel, his personal channel, and the Phantom Collective channel. So you can go and subscribe to that, as it is to everybody who is featured on the show tonight. Let's see right here. Next, my man, Tony Tone Deaf.
Did you guys know that the kumquat plant is native to China, and the earliest historical reference to kumquats appears in imperial literature from the 12th century? So please go subscribe to my channel.
What
You're going to be on in kumquats for a while, aren't you?
And thank you for tuning in, and
thanks for being here, brother. I appreciate it, man.
man.
I appreciate it. Anytime, man. Chris Wicks, hey, thank you for flying the Phantom Menace flag. Hey, you know what, man? I have been Phantom Menace since before I started this channel, and this channel is and always will be 100% goddamn Phantom Menace. There's no half stepping, like Big Daddy Kane said. There's no doubt, no diggity. We are Phantom Menace, and hail the Phantom Menace, and hail the Phantom Collective, and hashtag rise together, baby, because that's what we do.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's push it over right here to Mr. Emperor Steve from Franchise History TV.
Oh shoot! I'm in my car right now. That's how dedicated I am. I'm in my car doing this, so I haven't left my job yet. But yeah. What I got this week? Nothing much. I got 2 unboxing videos this week. I'm gonna try to get those done for this week. But yeah, the channel's gonna slow down just a tiny bit because I have a new job, and also I'm starting to do more franchise type videos. Basically going over franchises. The first one up is actually the DCEU and how much of a mess that has been. And down the line after that, Disney Star Wars. So that's what I got coming down. But that probably won't be until August, July, or something like point. But yeah, pretty much slowing down because of job. So
That's all right, man. You
still
put out that quality stuff, man.
Yeah. Yeah, still subscribe. Keep on subscribing, people, because YouTube is being mean to me right now. Like I was improving, like get more subscribes, and all of a sudden for the last couple of weeks, they just killed me for some reason. Views too. I don't know what's going on. So,
hey man, if do you have a Twitter?
Yep. Well,
do you have a
no,
Twitter?
I have a Twitter.
You don't?
I can't do Twitter. I had to last week I had to turn off all the social media except for YouTube. I can't deal with what's going on right now with some people's thoughts and.
It's true. I mean, it's a lot to handle. It's ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. But if you ever want to start up one, maybe don't tell everybody who you are. That way you can see. And I'll post your videos, man, and get you tagged so you know what's going up, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Might think about it now.
Definitely. That's I want to say that's really helped my channel. Like I said, I gained 6 subscribers today. We're up to 251 at the time we started, and I started the day at like 245. So I was extremely happy to even hit. I was happy to hit 50 and then 100, and I was like, we'll probably stall out. I got stuck at 188 for like 2 weeks, and hit 200, and we're at 251 now, and we're still growing. And it's been a grind, man. It's a grind, since doing the anchor shows, and I stream 3 to 4, some nights 5 nights a week. This week's going to be tonight. We got the show here. Well, fuck here. Let me do this. I did for everybody else here. I'm going to do this and pop my ugly ass on the fucking. Don't adjust your TVs. It is just me. But yeah, the fucking beard's coming in nice. I'm going to have this big old fucking grizzly bitch by the time I'm done with it, because I'm not doing nothing to it. I'm just letting it go. So yeah, this week we got. Tomorrow you'll have the unboxing video finally from weeks ago. I finished editing it. I'm going to release that tomorrow morning. Probably not another single release tomorrow, but tomorrow night you have the Super Terrific Happy Fun Time Wrestling podcast. Remember, tomorrow night, 8:30, we'll say 9 Eastern. We're going to watch the fucking classic No Holds Barred, starring Hulk Hogan, Tiny Zeus Lister. We're going to watch that right here on the channel. I'll post links to that. There's kind of a rough copy on YouTube of that. It's on Hulu, available for streaming. Wednesday, we got the boardroom. You'll get another single release video from me Wednesday. And I had a couple articles come across my alerts. So I might actually be doing a video or 2 tomorrow too. God damn it. I didn't want to, but I might do a couple videos tomorrow and a live stream, another video Wednesday. No stream on Thursday, but you'll get another video. And I'll be over on Raiders of the Lost Flicks live next Friday night. And I don't know if Raiders is still in the chat or not. If you're still there, what movie are we watching? If you're not subscribed to Raiders of the Lost Flicks, go over there and subscribe to them. But yeah, we're going to we watched 3 Andy Sedaris movies the last 3 weeks over there. And if you're not familiar with Andy Sedaris movies, you need to familiarize yourself with them, because there's a lot of TNA in them, which is always great. There's always an exploding radio-controlled something, and 2 hot blondes wearing Bret Hitman Hart sunglasses, flying the same plane they've flown all 3 movies, wearing kahake fucking pants, and they have submachine guns, or kahake cutoff shorts. I'm saying kahake to be ironic. It's khaki, I know. It's fucking Trailer Park Boys. Fucking Trailer Park Boys, you fucking guys. But anyway, that's what you got coming from me the rest of the fucking week. So I'm going to take my ugly ass off solo and say, hey, I appreciate each and every one of you in the chat. Keely Chow, Raiders of the Lost Flicks, Admiral Tiberius, Leo Red, Ray's Double Dong. Let's see who else was up in here earlier. I'm going to scroll right back through, all the way back as far as I can. Tony, Men's Room, Seth, my boy, go and subscribe to the Men's Room. And Flair X, man, you're not going to get pocket banned. Flair X is wrenched now, so we have a wrench fight in the chat with him and Chris Wicks. Jesus, this is gonna get savage up in the chat with all these wrenches now. So anyway, guys, thank you very much. Next Monday night on the show will be a little change up for a week, but I'm going to have Lincoln X7, Raiders of the Lost Flicks, Nick Utam on from World Class Bullshitters. They'll be joining me for the evening. And yeah, I thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And remember, if I don't see you, have yourselves a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. Be good, be good to each other, and God damn it, be safe out there. It's a crazy time for everybody, and I appreciate all of you for being here tonight.
And what has he had? I want you to tell him what he has had.